Welcome back. It's 8:23, and it is Remembrance Day. And on a special edition of Pet Talk, we introduce you to Paws Fur Thought, a Nova Scotia-based charity that aims to pair service dogs with veterans coping with operational stress injuries. Here to tell us more is Mike Gingell, the service dog provider liaison for Paws Fur Thought. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us more about Paws Fur Thought. What does your organization do?
Well, we pair veterans that are suffering from occupational stress injury, particularly PTSD and everything that goes around that, with service dogs that help them deal with day-to-day issues and tasks. I got to start a little bit by telling you how we got to where we are. And it's a shout out to Medrick Kuzno, who suffered from PTSD and discovered the benefits of using service dogs. He was paired with service dog Ty in 2012, and his life was changed. He recognized the value of having service dogs at that time, and because of that, my wife, who ended up in a tour in Sierra Leone, who came back injured, she was diagnosed with PTSD in 2006. That almost ended our marriage and our family and everything else, but she discovered the service dogs through our MLA at the time, and was paired with her service dog, Omega. Changes were immediate. The dog literally saved her life, our marriage, and our family, right? So since then, Kim and I decided early on to pay it forward, helping with administration and logistics of pairing service dogs with veterans, making sure that the dog providers were training their dogs properly, and looking after the clients, our veterans, once they got their dogs, and dealing with all of that. So Paws for Thought is really an organization of one at the moment, with a couple of volunteers that coordinate, liaise with the service dog provider, talk to the mental health professionals that are working with the veterans, deal with travel, transportation, accommodation, and dog issues throughout the lifespan of the dog. Even now, we're getting a lot of dogs that are retiring, so we now are pairing veterans that still need service dogs with what we call successor dogs.
Wow,
So
it's fascinating. It is. We're seeing images now of veterans with their service animals, and you can speak from your experience. Thank you for sharing your story. I mean, I guess, how does the dog change the life of the individual that gets paired with the animal?
Well, I like to say that service dogs, they're very special. I kind of like to define service dogs, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, service dogs undergo intensive, very task-specific training. Can take 1 to 2 years to actually make it through the system, and obviously not all dogs can do that. Some of the things that they do, they will interrupt panic attacks by nudging or licking or pawing. They'll wake handlers from nightmares and night terrors before they trigger and get really bad. They can create physical barriers in public spaces by getting in front or watching their six, which is getting in behind and watching their back. They can be trained to remind their handlers to take medications. They can do deep pressure therapy, and they can be their best buds. They're trained to, be very calm in high stress environments, so that they alleviate anxiety for veterans that previously maybe never left their house and now can get out and get on with their life a little bit better than they could before.
Well, Mike, it sounds like it's a very, special animal, and the work that you're doing is so important and life-changing. We're out of time, but very quickly, how can people donate to help you in your work?
Well, we have no federal funding or government funding at all. So our primary fundraising is through donations. Most of our donations come through veterans groups, and we are supported by Wounded Warriors Canada. So if you want to donate to Paws for Thought directly, you can go to the Wounded Warriors Canada supported service dog page and designate any donations to Paws for Thought. At that point, we can carry on and pair more veterans.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for your time today. We have put that Paws for Thought information on our website to make it easy for people to find. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we will take a break. It is now 8:28. Your Morning Atlantic will return right after this.